If resistance couldn't be beaten, there would be no Fifth Symphony, no Romeo and Juliet, no Golden Gate Bridge. Defeating resistance is like giving birth. It seems absolutely impossible until you remember that women have been pulling it off successfully, with support or without, for 50 million years. That's from The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. If you haven't read this book, you should. It's a great book. Welcome back, everybody. We are here yet again for another brand spanking new episode of The Poptimist.
Yes.
We got Millhouse behind the boards, doing all the wizardry.
Yep.
Successfully.
As usual.
Right, Millhouse, successfully?
Oh, yeah, dude. Every time.
Remember to like and subscribe for the show. Tell a friend, do all that good stuff. You can find me on Instagram as _Poptimist, as well as Taylor Berryman on Facebook. We do have a new episode of Man of Science, Man of Faith out this week, where we are talking about Nebraska by Bruce Springsteen. How you doing, Millhouse? What's up?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just taking a chill. Got off work. Doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. I had a lot of fucking anxiety today.
Really?
And I felt it a little bit yesterday, yeah. I've been going hard for like the past 7 days without a real break. Just like doing shit, either recording, podcasting, whatever, driving. And I could feel it catching up with me today. I was going to go drive today, but I went to the post office to drop off some baseball cards I sold over eBay.
Nice.
And I was getting that nagging feeling like I shouldn't drive today. I've been going too hard. I know once I start getting anxiety that I've been going for too many days in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I feel that whenever I go really hard for like a really long time, I don't really get what you're saying with the nagging feeling, but I just get irritable. I just get like visibly irritable. And then the longer that I just don't stop or don't take a break, it just keeps building until I have like a day where I can just chill out for a minute.
It's hard for me to take those days.
Me too.
I don't like doing it, but it's absolutely necessary. Like I probably worked between doing all the things that we're doing and then just driving so I can make money. Probably straight up like 7 or 8 days in a row.
Yeah.
And we kind of had like a Saturday, Sunday, and then all this week I was driving because we recorded with Josh. And was that last weekend or the weekend before?
I thought it was last weekend.
It was probably last weekend. It just all blurs together after a certain point. Yeah. Things are going so quick, but I knew I had to do something good for myself today. Something that's been nagging at me for a very long time.
Yeah.
Which was I went down to Broadway to listen to music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done it. You know, I've never made the effort just to go down there and listen. And when I left earlier, that's where I was going. I went down there. I had anxiety driving there the whole fucking way.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your anxiety about? Do you know? Like,
it's so many different things. Like, I get into my own head about doing something new because I feel like I have to soak some stuff up before I try and make the leap and go down there. And I know that's the first step of that. So that was probably in my head. I drove around for 10 minutes looking for a parking spot, even though there was nothing but parking spots. I was like, I can't park here. I can't park here,
yeah.
Even though I could. And then I just parked back at the first place that I went to.
Yeah.
And on the way there, dude, I was in my own fucking head about everything.
Dude, that's like a true social anxiety. Like a lot of people can relate to that. I can relate to that for sure. Like if I'm going somewhere without anybody, like going somewhere alone, to me, is the hardest thing. Without a friend of any kind.
Yeah.
You know, nobody to talk to. You have to go to this place alone. I mean, that's a social anxiety I definitely have, so I relate to that.
Well, I don't know how much of it is the social anxiety. Mm-hmm. I've been trying to get friends to go down there with me for the past couple of weeks, and no one will go down there with me. Everybody always cancels on me at the last minute, or they're like, no, I'm busy, because no one wants to fucking go down to Broadway who lives in Nashville.
And I can't because I'm not 21, so.
I think up until a certain time you can.
Okay.
But, yeah, I got out of my car, started walking across the bridge. And dude, the pedestrian bridge, dude, that's a fucking hike walking on that bridge.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's a good cardio workout. You feel it in your abs after. You're like, God damn.
I had to carry fence panels across that bridge.
Oh, fuck, dude. That seems like Kevin work, bro.
In August. In the heat of August.
That's horrible. But by the time I got 2/3 across the bridge, before, like, right as I started doing the descent, I felt a lot better. I was like, okay, I'm down here. And then I walked around for maybe 10 minutes before I picked where I was going to go. That seemed emotionally non-threatening to me. And I went into Nashville Sporting Club.
Oh.
And it was a downstairs where Paradise Park used to be. You probably never got to go to Paradise Park. Well, I think they have Paradise Park there now, but it was like a trailer park themed bar.
Oh, wow.
And they have great burgers. That was the end of the night spot on Broadway.
Nice. So you went there. Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. I saw the band. You know, I had eaten dinner a little bit early.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to emotionally prepare myself because I'm going to be hungry and irritable and sad if I don't. But I went and I saw this band play, and they played like this version of Jolene that was really good. The singer, her name was Ivy Andrews. She was excellent. And the guitar player, he was Dean Sizemore. I don't know what the bass player and the drummer's name was. The bass player sang one or two as well, and he was pretty good. But it was really cool to see them. They were a good band, and it was exciting just to be there. I ordered a Coca-Cola.
Nice.
Bartender didn't charge me. No one wants to fucking open up a tab for just
a Coca-Cola.
A Coca-Cola, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a one-off
I
thing.
didn't have any cash, so I felt bad about it. I was like, well, I guess this is okay. But yeah, I had a horrible fucking anxiety about it just going down there.
Yeah.
To listen to music because I really want to start playing down there, and I know I have to expose myself and get comfortable to it.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I feel that about anything. Like, the worst anxiety I ever had with that was when I went and first played a jam because I went alone.
Yeah.
It's that same. Are you talking about that same kind of anxiety?
That jam anxiety, bro.
Dude.
Absolutely. I felt that many a times driving over to Kara's Jam.
Yeah. Well, the first time I went without our last roommate. I went alone. It was the first time I went, and I had so much anxiety. I mean, the whole night.
Is this when it was the one at the local still, or was it at Music City Bar and Grill?
It was at Music City Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
I introduced myself to Kara. I was like, yeah, I'm Taylor and Garrett's roommate, you know. Just kind of tried to talk to people, but I was so anxious. I mean, and like the whole drive, if you know you're going to do something like that or you're going to try something new, you think about it, or I think about it the whole day.
I do too. I've been telling myself, this has been on my to-do list to go down there alone and listen to music. No joke, for like 3 months. Every single month I write it on there, and I chicken shit out every single time. And it's the same anxiety I felt when I first started driving for Uber. Like I would go somewhere that wasn't busy on purpose, and I'd turn my app on and I'd wait for like 5 minutes, and then I'd shut it off and go home defeated.
Damn. Yeah, I kind of did. I did that when I had Fleet or whatever, the Postmates, because like I didn't know the town. Still don't know the town that well, so I'd just stay in East Nashville or like go over to Opry Mills in our our little area. I wouldn't like venture out towards like Bellevue and like all that.
Yeah,
all that craziness, dude. But yeah, it's hard sometimes. The crazy thing is like other people, non-musicians, people that aren't trying to like make it in any kind of way like that, have no problem going down to Broadway.
Oh no, dude. They come here from all fucking over, from Arizona, Florida, Chicago, to come see the music. And it's funny to think of it in that way because it's such a large part of the culture, and I've been down there a million times.
Yeah.
But it was always to try and get laid or to pick people up because I'm driving, something like that. And I remember the first couple of times that I drove downtown when I was doing Uber, and I had anxiety being around all those cars.
Oh, yeah.
But I also knew that by taking this first step and allowing myself to go do this, that it's going to open doors, and I'm going to be able to do other stuff. It's going to give me the courage. Like, and now I'm not afraid to go down there. And that was the biggest thing that I had to to conquer was my fear of like going down there to listen to music. And really, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's Sweet Home Alabama and like Shania Twain and shit like that, which
Journey covers and
yeah, you know, it's just a bunch of covers, and I don't mind the idea of playing covers for money. I don't think it's bad at all. There's a lot of musicians in town who shit on that, and they shit on Broadway musicians. And I feel it's very unfair. Also, the major labels do as well too. You get typecast as a Broadway musician.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
For sure.
Huh. Yeah, I'd say that it's like the unglamorous side of the music industry, just playing covers, though. You know?
I honestly think it is one of the more glamorous sides.
Really?
In my opinion, yeah, because if you think about it, the stakes are low. You're doing covers. It's not serious.
To drunk people.
It's fun. Yes. Yeah. It's fun. And the people love it.
Yeah.
I've given so many rides to tourists, which, by the way, there's a lot of tourists in town this past week. They're back. And I'm happy to see them.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they're back. But they always ask, oh, what is it? Like, why'd you move to Nashville? And I tell them, I'm a musician. I do a podcast, yada, yada, yada. Tell them to follow me on Instagram, listen to the show, all that shit. And, yeah, they always are so curious what it's like to live here and be here.
Yeah.
And to be trying to do it.
It's been interesting. You know, I would say that before the pandemic, I used to shit all over tourists. You know, just be like, why are there so many people here? And then when it stopped, dude, I missed it, you know? Because both of our works basically went away there for a bit. Uber went away, and then, you know, what I do went away.
Well, it wasn't so much for me that the rideshare thing went away. It was more so that it just wasn't tourists, because a bunch of drivers quit, so the level of business stayed the same. Yeah. But I've missed having people from out of town come visit. Yeah. It's nice when they visit.
Yeah.
They're so excited to be here, and people want to shit all over the Bachelorettes. They want to talk so bad about them, but I love it when they're here to visit, and they're excited to be here.
Yeah.
And they talk about how friendly Nashville is and how great of a town it is, and it's true.
And if it wasn't for them, you know, like, we wouldn't be able to do what we want to do, or we wouldn't be able to do, you know, what we do already. You know, like playing the bars and like wanting to play the bars and stuff, that wouldn't be like a job that we could obtain at any point if it wasn't for tourists. So
yeah,
I mean, really, they're the ones that, you know, keep it running here.
100%, dude.
Because I don't think with just the people here alone, like, it could stay popping like it is. We have to have tourism to stay popping. I mean, every time now, and before I used to shit all over this, every time I see one of those bachelor party buses, I used to shit all over those people. You know, why are you on that? But now I'm like, yes,
that's giving us work.
Every time I see a full bus of bachelorettes go down the street, I'm like, yes,
they're back.
They're back.
They're back and giving us work. I was so fucking busy last week.
Yeah,
I drove a ton, and I'm grateful, but now I'm heading into a different phase where it's like I'm really honestly desperate to be on stage. And I've never really felt that way before. I've never been concerned with playing live all that much. I've played a million gigs, you know, all sorts of gigs, doing all sorts of shit, playing in cover bands, playing with Emma, Dustin Sellers, even in Nashville. But it's a lot of the places I've played were in East Nashville and then the different locations of the different jams. Yeah. So what is that place that you played at with Tristan? Your first gig?
Oh, man. We played at this house party in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, but it was...
Oh, no, we played Twin Kegs, too.
Twin Kegs, too. That's what I was thinking of. I've done the jam there.
Yeah.
Of course, at the Country, which is now the Local, or vice versa. I can't remember what the name of it is now. And then Bourbon Street Blues and Boogie Bar.
I've never heard of that.
That's in Printer's Alley. Mm. It's a really cool place. And the music there, like Terry Goose Downing plays there a lot. And it's just like old school Nashville cats.
Nice.
Like, they're well-oiled machines.
Yeah,
They're musicians that play there.
Nice. I'll have to check that out. I'm really into that. I'm really into seeing like the locals play, like guys that have been here for ages.
Oh yeah,
Because
that's why the jams are good.
Those are the guys that shred.
Yeah,
that's why I love. Yeah, that's why I love the jams, because it's all these old guys getting up there and just absolutely rocking it.
Because they've been doing it a long time.
Yeah,
and they have a lot of experience.
Yeah,
it's intimidating trying something new.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it is. I remember walking into Music City Bar and Grill and seeing Larry on the organ, dude, and he was killing
R.I.P.
Rip, yeah. He was killing it, dude, and I've never felt more intimidated than then, Because at the time, me and you weren't friends, really. I just moved in. And
did I tell you to go to that jam?
I don't know if you did. I don't know why I was there, but I know I ended up there.
Yeah.
I might have been talking to our past roommate and been like, what's a good jam to go to? Yeah, I remember walking in there and terrified.
It's funny, too, to look at now that in my Nashville history, the pre-pandemic is going to be a different chapter than whatever this chapter is.
Yeah.
And we're already knee-deep in this chapter. We're a year deep in it.
I think we're entering in a new phase, though, of this chapter, of the pandemic chapter. I think we're closing one book and entering another. I think it's about to be different, but it's going to be what it is.
I agree. That's why I just was feeling a lot the past couple of weeks, especially after we did the session with Josh. I wanted to get back out there and play again. And I don't care what it is. I just need to be on stage playing for people and trying to make some money doing that. Yeah. It's time to. If I had to leave Nashville or if I moved away or something like that, I would sorely regret not having one of my jobs be playing down on Broadway, playing covers down on Broadway. It feels like a rite of passage.
I've wanted to do that for a long time now as well. I would say, I remember coming here when I was 12 and seeing them play. I mean, it was a lot different back then, but when I was 12, seeing all the musicians down there, and I was like, man, I hope that's me one day. And then when I moved here, I'd seen how big it was, and that's still a dream of mine as well, is to either be doing that or playing with a band that's playing, tour in town or whatever.
Yeah, mine too. I mean, now if I had the chance to do it, I really would. And most of the time, I just feel this overwhelming fear and anxiety. And I made a list on Sunday of all the reasons that I couldn't go down there to talk myself into doing it. And I was like, well, I have a bad shoulder, and it's going to hurt my shoulder to play. And what if I don't know any of the songs and I read the charts wrong and I embarrass myself? What if I XYZ, fill in the blank, any number of things. I just didn't feel good doing it because I'm not a country player. I'm not this. I'm not that. I don't like being out late. I like waking up early. I like yada, 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 whatever. So I made all of these reasons as to why. And I know that those are all just resistance keeping me from evolving into the next stage of things.
Yeah.
And I also feel I've been writing a lot lately, a lot of music lately. Mm-hmm. And whenever I'm writing a lot, I typically don't focus as much on bass. So I don't know how to really blend those two because they're two different parts of my brain.
Oh, yeah.
Writing and then straight up just being a bass player, a hired gun.
Yeah.
Which I love both of them. They're equally as important to me. Playing bass is ground level. The reason that I'm in Nashville. It all started with that. And then the producing and the songwriting and all the other things were always things that I was interested in. I wrote a ton of songs before I came to Nashville, but I wasn't and I'll never be a Nashville songwriter. Mm-hmm. That's not me. I just write my own tunes. And no one's going to ever hire me to be the singer of their band. Or they'll maybe hire me for a producer as a bass player. But I've always compared it to Quentin Tarantino. The only people that the movies he only acts in movies that he writes and directs. He writes scenes for himself, or he'll be in his friends' movies.
Yeah.
But no one's gonna hire him as an actor.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
A lot of your music relates to him as well. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that works out. But yeah, man, I feel that sometimes. And I feel like this whole conversation is basically or I would say most musicians' mindset at some point in time. Like feelings of doubt, or, what if I fuck this up? What if I don't know the songs? I'm not really this. I'm not really that.
Yeah, those are all just lies.
That's all. Yeah, that's all just ways to bitch out at the end of the day.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was trying to do. I give you a lot of shit, Millhouse. I give you a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm equally as guilty. Every time I've given you shit about something, it's because either I've given myself shit about it or someone gave me shit about it.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
because I can smell it, because I know what it's like. I feel those same fucking feelings every day. Not as big as they used to be. Like, this was a big step for me to even just make the effort.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember when you weren't even coming out of your room when we lived at the old place. So,
yeah.
I mean, this is huge. But, yeah, I have trouble doing that. That's why, I don't know. See, the whole parking thing is that in my head.
Oh, yeah. Those are all just lies.
Yeah, for sure.
There's ways for us to fuck with ourselves.
Yeah.
But people are down there and they're playing, which proves it can be done.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they ended up there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can too. I mean, I've always my big thing is oh, what if I'm not good enough, like this. But, I know I could, if I had a chance, I could make it down there.
Yeah.
For sure. And play covers with a band.
Well, we got some momentum, or we were trying to gain some momentum last year around this very time.
Yeah. When
we tried to start that cover band so we could start playing down there. And what happened was...
Pandemic.
First...
Tornado.
It's the 1-year anniversary of the tornado. That was a year ago now.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget about that.
Yeah.
Somehow. Because so much has happened since then. But, I remember me and you talking about it last year. And then everything happened and we couldn't. But I really want to get into that as well.
Yeah, we got a lot of music blue balls last year.
Yeah.
Everything we tried to do, we struck out doing.
I'm really tired of changing oil. It's time to make some money at this shit.
I agree, dude. I agree 100%. Here is a song called Senator's Daughter. I wrote this when I was in Colorado. I started it and I finished it when I moved back to Maine. It's just an instrumental demo, kind of influenced by Dr. Dre and also Arctic Monkeys. I tried to do something merging the two. I was listening to a lot of both of them at the time, so here it is. And we are back. We watched a great documentary a couple of nights ago, Killing is Easy, about Patrice O'Neal.
We did. It was awesome. I loved that.
R.I.P. He's one of the all-time greats. It was kind of sad to watch because I feel like Patrice would be an important guy today.
Oh, yeah.
He would be very anti-cancel culture.
Here's the thing, though, dude. Here's what makes him special. Okay, and I realized that. And there's a few people I know like this. He would not be able to be canceled today. No one could cancel him.
Well, he's like Joey Diaz.
Yeah, he's like Joey Diaz. No one could cancel him. And because, like...
He didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck, and he has this likableness to him, and he's saying the truth, but in a different way.
Yeah.
You know? Everything he says is the truth, but in a different way.
Yeah.
It's a way to make you hate him and like him at the same time.
Well, it's a no punches pulled version of the truth.
Yeah.
The ugliness of it. There's a lot of great older episodes of Opie and Anthony when Patrice comes in and he talks about women and dating and sex. And female callers call into the show and they try to give him shit and he just shuts them down. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I recommend going to check that out. It's really good.
Yeah, I watched his stand-up last night.
What did you think? Which one was it? Elephant in the Room?
Mm-hmm. Elephant in the Room. It's on YouTube. Check it out. I couldn't find it on any other streaming, but it was on YouTube. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. I like how he interacts with the crowd constantly. Like, he talks to people, and that's like, it works so well.
Well, he's a New York comic, and that's like the New York comic style is a little bit of crowd work.
Yeah.
He started out in Boston, so he's a East Coast boy, as Zach and I say. But yeah, he's really good. It was interesting to kind of see how he started up, and when he first started, him and Bill Burr were good buddies.
Mm-hmm. I wish that I could know his take on what's going on today.
Oh, dude,
I would love that so much.
With everything, he would be talking about everything.
Oh,
he would have talked about Me Too.
Yeah,
he would have talked about like the transgender athlete thing.
Yeah,
he would have talked about Caitlyn Jenner continuously. I'm sure he would have talked about Kanye West and the Kardashians and that whole saga.
Dude, it would be great.
He would have been a very important voice.
I feel like he would have been much, much bigger than, like, I feel like he was right on that line of
now, if he were around today, he would be blowing up right now. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't be quite Joe Rogan level, but I predict that he would have a podcast and it would be huge.
It'd probably be bigger than like Your Mom's House and stuff. I'd say it'd be on Your Mom's House level. It
would be on that level for sure. Yeah.
Dude, it would be great to hear what he has to say. I really do wish that was happening. It's a travesty. It sucks that he's gone. But dude, he was so funny. Like, and the movie was really good too. I knew we were watching a documentary, so I didn't know what to think about it. You know, I knew who Patrice O'Neal was. Like, we had watched some of his stuff at like Josh's or like just sitting around. Yeah, Zach's. But it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
This podcast is produced to you by Taylor Miller.